Hi guys, very good evening to you. My name is Ajay and welcome to this video number 310. Recently guys, I actually have I was talking to my students in my online class and I got to know the problems which they were facing in their office. So the kind of the questions which I actually got from them is more of they can also ask you in your interview if you're appearing for the Access interview, or maybe if you are just in case if you're working a lot on Access or you're beginner in the Access. I think these two questions are going to help you a lot. We are going to see that what is the update query today. I'm really going to tell you we're going to answer two questions. The level of these questions are kind of intermediate. They are not the basic things, but definitely using the update query today you will understand the importance and the how powerful this update query is. So we have 310 videos on Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA. If you're watching the channel for the first time, please go to this playlist and find out all the basic beginner level videos, advanced level videos and intermediate level videos. These are all the different playlists I have created for every subject. We have the videos, right? Let it be Access VBA or Excel VBA. Now in this these are basically the two questions which I have noted down then when they were talking about. In the first the question is first of all I want to show you these are very small database which I have created for you so that you can understand it. This is the employee database. Here we have the employee ID, name, subject, month and score. Right now if you look at these this table, then what happens, basically these are the employee IDs which have where we are talking about their scores in the physics and the chemistry for the month of the January. And then we have the same people coming again but with the month of the February scores, right? So we have their February score as well. Now the first question which I want to discuss is that so what if you want to add the 10 grace marks? For example, you just your management says that there was some out of syllabus questions for the physics, and now in your database you want to give the grace marks to every student who actually belongs to the who has taken the physics subject but for the month of the February, not for the month of the January. So we want to update, basically we want to add 10 to every score. That's what exactly this question actually is talking about. We want to add 10 grace marks to all those students who have taken the physics as a subject in the Feb month. Now how you're going to do that, right? Maybe you can pause the video and you can try it and come back if you to see that what exactly I'm going to do, and that will also tell you that how good you are actually in Access, right? So I want to filter the Feb record. That's the first thing I want to do. And in the Feb month I again want to put the second filter which is on the subject called the physics, and then I'm going to put I'm going to add the 10 to everybody's whosoever will come out from these two filters, we will like to add the 10 to their respective scores as a grace mark. Okay, so this is the question. I hope you got the question. Now let's go ahead and see that what we can do in this. Now in this case I can use the first of all you go to the query design. This is how you go to the query design. I have uploaded a video on the Access queries also. Go ahead if you are new to the Access. Okay, and so the table which we will use, we will add it employee database. Now I'm going to simply write here employee ID, and what is the next thing you want? Subject, and of course you need the month. You don't need the name basically, and you need the score. Okay, in fact I think you don't even need the employee ID. You can simply remove it from here. We need the subject. In the subject I will like to write the criteria which is called the physics, because I want to filter on the physics. So I copy this, make sure the spellings should be correct. You can write it in any case, it's a case insensitive, that's a good thing. So we want to have the subjects of the physics, and the month is going to be the February, right? So it is FEB. So I'll write here FEB, right? Now basically we want to update this header which is score, right? If I click on the view, you will be able to see all these records coming here. Physics, so I haven't added the name, employee ID. I mean, just in case, let me just show you, if you just want to add the employee ID, maybe you can add, and this is how the data would look like. So basically these are the employee IDs where we would like to go ahead and add the 10 to everybody. So this should be 43, 87, 43 and 32, because these people appeared in the Feb for the physics subject, and due to the out of syllabus question we wanted to add 10 to it, right? So how to do that? So let's go back to the query design. Now guys, this is the select query right now. You can see select is also highlighted in this design view. Select means that it will simply fetch the information, retrieve the information. But we want to now, what we want to do, we want to update this score. We want to have a new score added here. So you got to use this update. Once you are sure that the things are working perfect, click on the update. Now when you click on the update, you see that update to and the criteria, they will come here, right? The criteria means same which you have added. The update to is the new row which inserted when you click on the update query, right? So update to what? Now you want to update to the scorecard, but what you want to add, so you'll write here, this is how you will write. You will write the square bracket, and you write this score, the header, you write it within the square bracket, and you add 10 to it like this. Okay, so once you do that, now when you click on the run, what will happen, you will be able to see the output. The query will run, but before I run the query, I want to see its output, a kind of, you can say, a preliminary thing, that before we really run and update the table, we want to see how the table is going to be updated. So this is very important. View, you click on the view. Right now the query is not going to run, so these are the IDs which where this will be added, right? And we know that. So if the view works, I mean, if it is not giving you any error, just click on the run. You are about to update 4 rows, and 4 rows are supposed to be updated. That means we are correct. I click on this yes, but before I do that, I simply want to create the backup of this employee database. So just Control C and Control V, this is the copy of the database, so that we can see the original database also. Okay, so now I run this. You click on the yes, and there we go. Now let's have a look on the employee database. Okay, so I'm going to filter the Feb records from here, and again I click on the physics just to show you. I think the query actually worked, and we have a 43, 87, 43 and 32. And if you look at the original copy of employee database, if I just put the right click here, I can say equals to February. I right click here and I can say equals to physics. This is also another way, the shortcut of putting the filters. Now here we have 33, 77, and here we have 43, 87, 43, 32. So that query worked perfect, right? So let's just say no, I don't need anything. Now let us go to the next question. Let me just remove this. Don't want to save any changes. That's fine. So that's it. That is your query 1, and I'm going to simply close this. Yes, I want to save the changes, and you can write here update or giving extra marks, grace marks. Maybe you can simply write here grace marks query, grace marks, and you write in the capital Q. Q for query. It's not mandatory, but just actually is going to tell you that it's a query. So you have here grace mark query, and you can see the sign of this update query, right? So we are done with this. Let's go ahead and now discuss the second question, guys. What is the second question? There are 2 tables, and I have already created 2 tables. So this is the employee database, and this is the new table. So this is your table, guys, and this is your second table, right? I have just kept here the employee IDs. Now the question is that there are 2 tables, and we want to prefix new word before every name on the condition its employee ID doesn't exist in the second table. That's very interesting. Now basically what we are trying to do in this quiz, in this question, access question, we have, that you have here employee IDs with the name, subject and everything. Now what we want to do is, there is another table where you have written couple of employee IDs. Now wherever all the employee IDs which are from this employee database and which are not actually available here, I'm talking about. So those employee IDs would be 55 and then 55, and then not the 55 because 55 is there. So maybe 333, 122, 124, 443, all these employee IDs, basically they should have their the name, the name which is entered here in this database, it should be prefixed by new. So we should see here new Jamie, we should see here new Akshay, we should see here new Mehboob, and we should for this ID we should see here new Prasad. So the IDs which are 33, 44, 55 and 333 ideally they should not be having any changes. They should not undergo any changes in their first name, right? in their name actually. So this is what we want to do, guys. Now the first thing which we need to do, now of course this is also looks like an update query, but first you need to identify which are the IDs which are supposed to be, updated, and the IDs which are supposed to be updated, simply the employee IDs which are not actually available in this new table. So this employee ID not equals to this employee ID. That's a kind of a condition we have. So we will go to the create and I will click on the query design, and in the query design, in the query design this time I will use a wizard, query wizard. You click on the query wizard. You must save a query. Well, I don't want to save it. That's fine. Let me just close this quickly. Okay, let's start again. Query wizard. Now why I'm using the query wizard, because here you have the unmatched query. I've talked about this in my access query playlist also. If you go there and find out, you will see this unmatched query. This unmatched query means from both the tables we will set up the relationship and say that this employee ID doesn't equals to this employee ID, both the tables. Okay, so you select the employee ID, the main, the primary one. So the primary one is the employee database. I click on the next. Now what is the next? You can read all these lines quickly, but I know that, so that's why I'm a little fast here, but you can read it. This is going to be your secondary, from where you're going to match up, basically where you're going to look up the first table ID. So this is going to be a new table, guys. Simply click on the next, and then this sign you need to press here. This is called the not equals to sign. Employee ID not equals to the employee ID, right? So now when you're gonna click on the next, here they ask you that which all items you want. If you want all, you can write here all also, that's fine. I just keep it like this. Next, view the result, modify the design, keep the by default option on, and click on the finish. Right now you see that this is the output which you are able to see right now. Okay, I go to the home and I click on this design view, and this is how the query looks like, guys. So is null is what they have inserted, right? And this is a kind of a join. If I click here, you would see that. Let me click here. Yeah, look at this. This says that include all records from the employee database and only those records from the new table where the join fields are equal. Now this access wizard acted very smart. You can make this query by yourself also, but you got to be very experienced in this access. That's why I use the wizard for you. Now this says that first of all include all the employee tables, employee IDs from the employee database, and then apart from that also look up those tables for those employee IDs which are available in my table called new table. But at the same time, this query acted so smart that they put the is null in the employee ID of the new table. You can see. So is null means what? That everything has to be null. So when you are saying that match up all the employee IDs from employee database with the new table employee ID, but having a condition that employee ID of new table has to be null, what does that mean? That means no employee ID is going to be picked up from there. Okay, so in this way, when you click on the view, this is what exactly you see. Now if you remember, in the new table, if I open, we have 33, 44, 55 and 333. Do you see that here? I don't think so, right? We can see that. We don't see there 44, 33. Do you see that? I don't think so, right? So the query is working. So all the 4 IDs are excluded, and now these are the employee IDs which should be prefixed with your first name, where we should get new Arshad, new Mehboob, new Akshay, new Jamie, new Benjamin, all that stuff. So we are actually through with the first line. Okay, now what is the next thing you want? Well, I go back to my query again. Do you want to save the changes? No, that's fine. We have this query created. So this is your query, and you can see that this is how it looks like, employee database without matching new table. You can rename it, just right click it and you can rename it. I'm not gonna rename it. That's a by default name which the access wizard has given you, query wizard. Go to the design view, and here now click on the update, guys. Update here, and the update 2 is coming. Rest the criteria is null remains there. Don't touch it, don't remove it, it's fine. Just we need to go to the name. So in the name, this is what update 2. Remember update 2, what we want to update. So I want to write new word, and I want to concatenate it with the name, and again use this name underscore, and square bracket will automatically come. This is how it looks like. I will have to click on the run. You're about to update 10 rows, makes sense to me, and the records are updated. Let's quickly have a look on the employee database. And you can see here the new word is inserted. Okay, so I could have actually created a space also here, so that's fine. I mean, you can create the space like this as well. So that's perfectly fine, right? You can do that. But the important thing is, if you look at the employee ID 55 33 44, you know, and then we have this 333 also. 333 is not updated, and I want to see why. Oh yeah, it's there actually, that's why, right? Perfect. So these all employee IDs are not updated, right? So wherever they are coming, like here also they're coming, their name is not changed and rest of the names are changed. So this query is very important from the perspective that you actually use the first not equals to, and then how cleverly, you know, you converted into the update query. That's the important point, guys, right? So first we went to the create, we clicked on the query wizard, and we, you know, use this unmasked query, and then once we are, you know, were sure that we are able to get the not equals to IDs, we simply converted into the update query, right? So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed these questions, and do subscribe to the channel, guys. If you haven't watched all those amazing videos, go ahead. The channel is, I mean, all the videos are yours. Go there, practice, and rise and shine. I simply, you know, upload these videos just one aim in my mind, always with this one motive, that what this new year began, you know, I want to make everybody awesome in all these 4 subjects: Excel, Excel VBA, Access, and Access VBA. I'll see you soon with some more exciting stuff. Stay happy and have a great learning. Thank you so much.